Hello, everybody. I am AngryBird. Welcome to the first episode of the General's Lounge. Welcome and thanks very much for joining me. Lots of people here. Glad to see everybody. You are all welcome. Thanks very much for joining us. Let's introduce who we've got and what we're going to be doing tonight. Theoman222, thanks very much for the resub. So I am obviously in the bottom left-hand corner down here. This is me, AngryBird. On the bottom right-hand side right now, we have Protosoccer. So welcome Protosoccer, and he currently streams Steel Division 2 on Twitch. So if you want to check out his stream anytime, then a link is in the chat for you there. That's Protosoccer's stream. Up on the top right hand corner we have Froblord, winner of...
Good evening, everyone.
There he is, winner of the recent first official Steel Division 1v1 championship. It changes name every time that I say it, it changes name. So yeah, we've got Froblord here on voice, and then in the top left as well we have Metal Phase, who's got a fantastic YouTube channel that I'm just going to link into the chat as well now. So definitely go check out his channel. And he's done a lot of great tutorial videos as well. So hopefully we're going to have a great discussion tonight. And the whole idea of tonight's show is to focus on Steel Division League Season 2. Upcoming right around the corner, starts this weekend. So Protosoccer, do you want to take us through the format for the league and everything to do with it?
So yeah, the league will be played starting this Saturday, and it's based around like GSL from StarCraft and European football leagues. So the idea is to having a long ongoing tournament, but not as long as a football season for like a year, but rather like a GSL from StarCraft for 2 months. So we have 48 participants in it, and like those leagues, will split it into different skill levels. Like in football, you have the first league, like Premier League, and then you have the second league. Don't know what, like Zweite Bundesliga, and here it's different divisions, and they are split into 2 groups of 6 players, which will play in round robin against each other. Like everyone in the group plays everyone in the group, and then the top 3 of each group will go into the playoffs, and the winner of the playoffs of the first division wins the whole tournament. Like in the Premier League, Liverpool is the champion when they get first place, and the first place and second place of the second division go into the first division in the next season, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's basically it for the format. And yeah, by now we also have a prize pool of $150,000 via Matcherino.
That is a nice prize pool. Who's contributed to that?
So far, the biggest contribution was from Mr. Sean out of China with $50, and then we also have $30 from Blue Smoke, $20 from Hellbreak, $10 from Herr Robert, and the rest of the $40 is coming together from all the revenue SD League did over Twitch in the last half year.
Fantastic. So Sean's hoping to win back his $50 then?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Great. I'm really looking forward to the playoffs on this one. I don't know what you Froblord and Metal Phase think, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the playoffs. That's different to previous season.
Well, considering I'm since we're both participating, for us it's more of a case of getting to the playoffs in the first place.
Yeah, I'm not in the league this season, so bit of I was in the league last season, but it didn't go fantastic for me, so I thought I'd concentrate on casting.
Yeah, so the difference, the feedback we got from last season was that it was going a bit too long, and like from the earlier seasons already, we already made it shorter than previous seasons last season, but people were still saying like 6 weeks would be better for normal. So half of the players will only play for the first 5 weeks because they will be limited by then, and then we have the playoffs for 2 more weeks, so it will take around 7 weeks, 8 weeks this time. and yeah, that's why we entered the 2 groups per skill level and also the playoffs to have like a final to work to get to, and not a anticlimactic ending where one already is the champion 2 weeks before the ending.
Yeah.
that was a bit flaccid of an ending, that's for sure. Everybody was completely exhausted. Nobody had any motivation to play anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of tried to keep it a little bit under wraps for the YouTube viewers, but yeah, that was, I must admit, that was kind of like, it did take the wings out of the sales as such.
Especially because like in our group, or at least in my group, I think Spanish Ritter completed all of his games and was waiting for like a month or 2 just to get just for everyone else to catch up.
Yeah.
And even in the end, he ended up playing more people than everybody else because there were like 3 dropouts at the very end.
Yeah, it was a bit frustrating when by the end you are like, okay, nice, I got my games, and then you write up the last 2 people, and they say, oh no, I've dropped out of the tournament. I'm sorry. I was like, well, great.
Yeah, and so it's like, great, I can't even get those points.
Yeah, that was the worst part. I couldn't even get the points off of
like you would officially get a win.
Theo-Man ran away with my points.
So
like you would get a win counted, but you would not get any of the points. See, there was no way to catch up.
So Protosoccer, Intentional Distress asks about the signups for the league. Are they actually closed now?
Yeah, you can still sign up actually, but you will be on a waiting list, and the chances of you getting in are rather slim for now, because everyone who signed up is already appeared on our Discord, already communicated with me. So and we already have a waiting list of 4 people. So
there might be chance. Sometimes there are a lot of some dropouts, I guess, aren't there?
Yeah, but after the first week, it would be unfair to after the first or second week, it would be unfair to replace someone. I think maybe. So we have to see about that. And as I said, like for sure you can sign up. They'll tell us you want to play, but the chances, I don't want to make any promises that you will get in.
Okay, so let's have a look at the groups then, because this is the kind of meat of today's discussion. I want to talk about the groups, and maybe we can make some predictions and have a look. And personally, whenever I make predictions, I always get them wrong. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe we can come back to this at the end of the season and see how close we were. But yeah, I think this currently up on screen we have Group A, which is the main group. And Froblord, you're in this. I see.
Yes, I am.
Are you looking forward to your competitors?
I'd like to ask you guys a question first. Who are your favorites for both Group A and Group B? Because because we're both on essentially in the League One, in the first league. So who of these people pick 4 that you would want to see in the playoffs?
Wow.
Okay, the automatic assumption is Sean, right?
Yes.
Like he's already a top 2 finisher, and even just playoffs.
I would probably go as far to say he's probably going to be the top 1 finisher out of Group A. Like,
yeah.
That being said, he's also kind of out of practice because he's been taking a break from the game. So
I played him yesterday.
Oh, he's still there.
I played him yesterday. The replay is up on the Discord if you want to see the thrashing he gave me.
Oh, I was going to ask what the result was.
Right, it was a major victory, right?
Yes, or major defeat from my point of view.
So the prediction is Sean beats Froblord. Is that the prediction?
Likely.
Well,
doesn't mean that I won't try my best.
At the very least, he takes the top 1 from Group A. But there's still 5 other players, so there's 2 other possible finishers. Is that correct? For the Group A. So Lhasa, Pixie, and Frublord probably all are in contention for the last 2 places at the very least. At least in my opinion.
I hate to say, but I'm not so sure about Lhasa considering his performance in the recent championship.
Really?
I think Pixie and you are the 2nd and 3rd place contenders.
Yeah, I've never played Pixie before, but from what I could tell from his games, he still pretty much got it. Like, he's still a solid player.
As long as he doesn't pick a lair or anything mechanized on the German side, you're good.
I don't know. Lhasa during the last championship lost twice. Once in first game against Lolly, and then the second game as a replacement for Herr Robert, he lost against Arturo Diaz. And the the first match against Lolly, well, that was a bit up in the air because Lolly can pull out the memeiest stuff ever and sort of surprise you, completely surprise you and take over. But him losing to Arturo Diaz sort of surprised me a little bit. So I don't know. He might be getting some practice in before the league. So I'm certainly gonna go all in against him because
I think
I want to win. I'm not underestimating anybody here.
Vasily says he's on Team Pixie's side, and I think as well, actually, I really like Pixie. And in Season 1 of Steel Division League, he was the only player to not get beaten by Sean. He actually drew his match.
Sean has it out for Pixie at the moment.
So he wants to revenge the previous draw. It's not even he didn't even lose. It was just a draw. That was how dominant he was in Season 1.
I do have to say, though, that the addition of Charles in Group A of this Group Zhukov is kind of surprising, given that he was below me in the Group 3 of the last season, and I haven't really seen him play in recent tournaments.
I have not seen anything concerning Charles, and I didn't say anything.
He's a great player, and I don't disrespect him because he's actually been one of the main reasons why I've become a lot better, at least in the past couple months. But I also don't think maybe this is a great matchup for him, considering all the other players in Group A alone.
But yeah, that's pretty much Group A. And what do you guys think about Group B?
Well, Group B, I definitely wanted to point out the return of not only US Presta John, but also Nilla at the top there in Group B.
Yeah, Group B is really stacked. I sort of got lucky here.
2 exciting American participants back into Steel Division League. So well done, Pro Soccer.
I think both Knef and Helbrek really will struggle there, but all the other 4 can take it. Like every spot in the top 4.
Helbreg is like a really good player as well, and yet he's going to struggle.
I don't want to.
That is like the group of death, I think. That bottom Group B. When I saw that was like, wow.
Helbrek won Season 1 in Group 2. That's why he advanced to Division 1 from Division 2 from last season.
He didn't. Oh, he was in draw with ZZ, wasn't he?
Yeah. That's why those 2 are now in the first league, and
Yeah, and I got in here via scam.
You got here. You got here via your results in the bot, in the database. That's how you got in here.
Been steadily climbing up the results table for Blood.
Thanks to Embed's great SOD bot results.
Tiger says that Gonzo and Here Robert is his bet. I think Here Robert's an interesting one because actually I think in Season 1 he didn't do as well as me personally I would have expected him to do.
Yeah, I think Here Robert so far has lost against he lost against Presta John, he lost against Gonzo, he got beaten by Sean as well.
I don't think he will win the group, but I think he has a chance against Nilla and Presta John, and that's like
I'd set him out as a wild card. He can win.
Yes, you can't rule him out, definitely. But I think Steel Division 2 for Here Robert, from what I've seen, he's struggling a bit more than in Steel Division Normandy, definitely.
The big question mark really is Nilla, if he can return to form from his Orsha Cup days. Because he was definitely the top player, at least before Sean came in. He was definitely maybe top 3 in the game, and it's great to see him back inside the game. And he even gave me a thrashing the first time we met 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, really looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, Finzem pointing out that Nilla hasn't played in a long time. Yeah, definitely the same. And like we said, with Sean coming back from a break, and obviously Metalphage yourself, you're coming back from a little bit of a break as well. But if we just have a quick look at Group 2, you are in there in Group 2 or Division 2 Group A, yeah. So how do you rate your chances this year?
Well, first of all, I
season.
just want to. I do want to say that the drop off between the Group A and Group B, or sorry, Group Zhukov and Group Einstein, like the skill drop
in Division
is
2.
Yeah, it's humongous. Like the amount of skill difference.
Yeah.
I think it got much smaller compared to last season though. I think it was like really hard to decide who gets into group in division like in Chukov and who gets into Manstein for the lower spots and for the higher spots in 2. Like Tunika, you, Gaspar, and Iadrus, like all of you 4 were like who also are the top contenders for me in Division 2 in Manstein. All of you guys were really close to getting it into the top division in my eyes. So I don't think the skill difference is that huge.
Yeah, I do like my chances of entering the top 3, but I do think the person who gets the top finish is definitely either Tunaik or Gof. Gof being, I believe, number 1 or number 2 in the previous season, and Tunaik is a kind of a newer entry into the SD League in general. But he is. I did play. I believe I played him in the last or one of the tournaments previously where he was second place with Sean in first. I forget which tournament that was.
I believe it's based on that performance why Protoss put him in the Division 2,
right? The only weakness was that he did not have a lot of decks made. He was actually running out of decks after I was banning a lot of them. So I think he does, if he wants to get the top finish, he definitely needs to build up an awareness of every deck and design something good for every occasion. And if he can get if he has practice with everything, he has a good chance even against Gof. But Gof definitely, I think, has the capability to secure the first place, at least in Group A.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of. In fact, outside of yourself, Metal Phase, I haven't seen a lot. Oh, and Gof as well. He was in the previous season, but Von Paulus, Skoda, Shunique I've seen in the tournaments. Even Scout Spirit, I've not seen much of his games. So definitely a bit of a
Scout Spirit usually plays more team games. That's why you don't see him in 1v1 tournaments.
He has been practicing though. I mean, we have seen his suffering in the Discord.
I mean, he's always practicing. He always played 1v1, but he enjoys team tournaments more. And he's a kind of a wild card for me because like in Steel Division 2, in Steel Division 44, he was sometimes really good, and sometimes I just utterly destroyed him. It's always I think his daily performance switches hard. Like it's really, but yeah, he could make the top 3 actually if he's in form, but I don't know. And the other 2, Von Paulus and Scudder, are new guys that I don't really know much about. So
yeah, I definitely have played Von Paulus. Sure. Von Paulus I have played against, and I've won a couple of ranked matches versus him. But a lot can happen in 2 months. In terms of Scudder, I have no idea about.
So have you, Metalface, have you started a training regime? Do we need a montage of getting ready for the league?
If I do have a training regime, it's certainly not being used right now.
Rocky 3 music on?
I'm basically only been playing Postscriptum for the past couple of weeks, so I have to get back into shape in terms of Steel Division 2.
Definitely.
I know for sure that Metallic and like in Group B, Metallic, Gaspar are pretty solid players.
Yes, someone mentioned as well. I think it was Tiger actually just mentioned your 2-hour game with Gaspar Metalface. I shouldn't have reminded you.
If we do go to Group B, there's actually quite a good number of top players. Like Iadris is actually known in the French server as a pretty competent player himself. Gaspar as well, as part of the Francophone community, against which I played the 2-hour match. So that was he's a good player as well. Thomas 3824. Not sure. I think I have played him, but I'm not.
I've seen the name before, yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely seen the name. Metallic, I have no idea about, so I've never actually seen him. And of course, we have Curbs in the 4th seed.
Yeah, Vasily
who
was
is also kind of a bit of a wild card after he got thrashed in the first season. But he was also kind of placed in the toughest group, and I think his skill is definitely good enough for Group 2.
I mean, it was last weekend, won the 3v3 tournament with Gonzo and Lolly. And I don't think he was necessarily carried to the victory. So he is good.
Yeah, so
I think he can be exploited. That's he has some weaknesses that are rather exploitable. So if you prepare for Curbs, you can beat him. But if you're not prepared for him, you're in for a rough time because he plays really different to other players.
Oh, so why? Why does he play different?
Like, he plays with units usually, he plays much more artillery heavy, and he sees the game completely different. Like, also his balance views and stuff really despair from most other people in the strike team, for example, because he plays the game different than we do. So if you play against him and you don't have a clue how he plays, it's really rough. But if you figure it out, it's manageable. So I don't think.
And also don't use any artillery units because he will definitely use cannon battery and fire it well.
Yeah, do you know what? I was chatting to him about Fire at Will, and I've actually started using it now as well because he was telling me to use it. And so I am now ending up into the habit of using Fire at Will. So yeah, that's well, thanks to you, Jim, for putting that in for me. they put it in for me, counter battery and Fire at Will. Me and Curbs. But actually, I wanted to point out Sahandor in Group B, particularly because I think he is a dark underdog in this group. I played him. He played against me the other day, and he absolutely thrashed me. So I think actually he's quite a good player, and I think he could be in for winning the group.
Well, from my experience against him, I think he is under Idaris and under Gaspar, but I think he is a good contender for 3rd place. I think he can beat all the other 3 players in there. I don't know how good Metallic is in Steel Division 2. Haven't seen him too much. But yeah, I think he's good. He also got much better lately, so maybe he rises through the season and then can save the 3rd spot. But I think Gaspar and Idaris are better than him at the moment.
And just because probably wasn't paying attention earlier, just remind me, is it the top 2 from each group that go through to the playoffs?
I think it's top 3.
It's the top 3.
It's the top 3,
first
right.
place automatically being in the semifinals.
Oh, right, okay, so they get like the mini bye as such.
Yeah. So getting first place is really a good heads up. Really saves you from one best of 3 struggling against another top player.
Okay, so yeah, I think... Actually, go on.
Sorry. Yeah, Protoss, can you actually explain what the Buchholz is?
Buchholz, you mean?
Buchholz, what is that?
The Buchholz is that's the 4th tiebreaker. It's a chess system that ranks your opponents against whom you lost and whom you played, and after their ranking gives you point ranking, and the highest the points differ on how well your opponents played, and that's like the 4th tiebreaker. If all the other tiebreakers are the same, so it's not as important.
Because this is a new addition to the Steel Division League, as opposed to the last season, which only went on point difference, right? So why the change? Would you explain?
Didn't we have the? No, I'm sure we had the rating last time.
Points is always the number 1. Buchholz is the last important one. Like, you go for first points. But if you have points different, points the same, it gets direct battle against your opponents, tiebreaker. And if you won the match against your tied opponent, you're ahead. But if you played tie there, then it goes to match win-losses ratio. So wins are more worth than ties there. And if that's also the same, then it goes to the Buchholz, where it is about whom you won against and whom you lost against.
Yeah. So the most important thing is the first tiebreaker is the number of wins against a tied opponent. Yeah.
Oh man, we have Mickey saying that Sahander is a disgusting T34 spammer, and Sahander saying no, I'm not.
No, I think T100 is a fine guy. I think he plays in. I had fun in the games I played against him. I think I played twice against him.
I mean, if you're playing Tirena or if you're playing the Polish, there's no other way than to spam T34 76.
Yeah, I think definitely. I'm really looking forward to seeing Sandor in the league. Let's just change over now. Let's head into division number 3, Group Rokosovsky.
All right. In my opinion, this is the complete anarchy. From this point on, it's absolute anarchy. Anybody could win because I have absolutely no idea concerning these players.
I have played against most of them actually.
I have played,
it's so hard to. Yeah, it's so hard to see the difference between them.
I think.
For Group B,
go on.
sure.
Go on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, for Group B for sure. Like Big Jim is actually a pretty decent player. I was kind of surprised he wasn't in the second division, and then Vincent and Gensei Kaka, they're both good. I do see why they're in Group 3, but I think the skill level between them and maybe even the lower players of Group 2 is not that big.
Yeah. I think if they play consistently over the season, like practice, I think they're at the end of the season. They should be the same skill level maybe as the Group 2.
Yeah, I think I certainly know quite a lot of the players in Group B. I think just looking at Group A, Trista Command, I've seen in a few tournaments lately. He's been playing a lot more, so he will have experience. Wondernoob, he's been on my Discord, although he's been away for a little while, but he was progressing pretty decently, and I played against him the other day, and he gave me a real good run for my money. I did end up winning, but he definitely could have won that game. Evil Nick, he was in Season 1. I think he was in Group 4 and actually won that group.
Yeah, exactly. He won.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so he rightly goes
I
up.
remember him.
And he's got potential. So the other names I don't recognise as much from Group A. I think Group B, I recognise all the names, maybe apart from Crippling Depression, but I think
quite a few of them are
perhaps
regulars
I
in your
do.
stream, right?
Yeah, I recognise a lot from the stream. Obviously, I'm behind Finzen, a great player from my Discord, and I'm wishing him all the best. I also think Genzi Kaka is a good player as well, and he could do well. I genuinely couldn't call Group B. I think that they're all all in with a chance in Group B.
I believe Gensei Kaka was the one that was dropped from my group in the last season, and then completely torched the Group 4.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, Gensei is always underselling his own skill.
In my opinion, I think he's got what it takes to win Group B.
Say that again.
Second place I would probably give to Gensei. And Catcher 79, I believe he's more of a team game player, if I remember correctly. I may be wrong, but I've seen him all around on the Discord. It looks at least he wishes to know more about the game. And Big Jim, he started rather recently, didn't he?
No, he just took a break. I think he was around since Normandy 44. Pretty sure.
Yeah, but was it SD2? I remember. What was it during the? Was it during? Either it was during. I think it was during the championship. AngryBird, you were even casting a game of his.
Yes, yeah, I was, yeah.
And
he played against Hey Robert, and he did get beaten quite heavily, but I get beaten quite heavily against Hey Robert.
I hope he learned a lot from that game, especially concerning deck building, because Ziz 42s are not a valid transport for anything.
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah.
Ziz 42s, man. Oh god, I hate those things. It happens so often to me when I build a deck fast and then I just add.
Yeah, you have your M42s and a Ziz 42. Yeah.
Frublord, you actually you were talking about the top player in that Group B, but we actually missed who you said then.
Sorry.
We missed who you were going to say is your top player in Group B.
Vincent.
Vincent, right? Okay. So
I mean, I've played against him, so I know that he's a decent player.
Yeah.
For me, it's actually Maxwell and D. I think he's pretty good.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential players or top players for Group B. I think it's a little bit unbalanced. Like Group B has a lot more good players, at least that I know of, than Group A.
Yes, yeah, I would say that as well. Definitely out of these two groups, Group B is the harder of the two groups from the looks of it.
To make clear, sign up isn't fully closed because OG asked first. But first of all, OG, why do you ask? Because you are in Group 3, so you're in. And
yeah, he's right.
No, it's not fully closed, but the league is filled up, all 48 spots, and everyone who comes onto a waiting list if you sign up now, and the waiting list is getting longer already. So chances are you're not gonna play in this season.
I was just about to say something else then about Group B, but I think. Oh, do you know what I was going to say? Is actually, especially this Group B here. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of the games, and I'm looking forward to seeing them progress as well in Steel Division, because I think you were saying earlier that there isn't. I think there is maybe a little bit of a gap between Division 3 and Division 2, but I definitely think the players in Group B are not far off Division 2, and I think hopefully through this season we'll see some of them progress in their game and up into Division 2 as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing some.
Yeah. Once everybody's got their results in, we'll have a much clearer picture of where everybody's skill level lies, and then maybe if we ever go into the third season of the league, then we can see them a lot more accurately if they decide to stick around. That is,
I'm sure we will see season 3. Well, we'll be looking forward to some finish units, maybe actually before season 3 actually as well, won't we?
Most likely, yeah.
Anyway, let's not get on a tangent. We have Group 4 now, Group Guderian, and what's your guys' thoughts about Group 4?
This is if the previous group was Anarchy, this is not even Civilization.
So for Group A, I just know one guy, and that's David G. And he wants to improve a lot. And a lot is also a good player. No pun intended there.
Metal Phase, you've definitely not earned yourself any friends in the chat.
Well, to be clear, it's not about the skill level. It's just that I have no idea who any of these people are, except for very few. Definitely, like Stockton are okay. I know Mr. Jan Alexander is from the French Discord. Gigi Kringle is from the Steel Division Discord. Vasily Chapayev is here. Dualism, and that's about it. That's all I know.
Like we know their names, but we've hardly ever seen them play.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think if I can just run quickly through Group A, obviously David G, I know very well from my Discord. In fact, he was the first person to join my Discord when I actually created it.
Yeah, we've been helping him along.
Yeah, props to David G for joining as well, because he is, a fairly. I would say, I think he's been around a lot, but he doesn't play a lot of games, I don't think. And Tiger, thanks very much for the $3 tip there. Much appreciated. But yeah, I'm very looking forward to see him develop. And I think a lot of these players as well, I'm looking forward to, like Frublord said, we haven't seen a lot of the games. And I hope we can cover some of these Group 4 games and help. Maybe with the comments from Cass and things like that, and help people along.
Yeah, Stockton for sure is a player who already played last season that I know in Group A. David G, I think, if he keeps up the practice he does at the moment, I think he should be able to get in the top 3 there.
And Gigi Kringle definitely is automatic top 3 probably in this group.
Yeah.
So
well.
Tiger with his $3 tip said that 50 viewers are watching 4 guys roast the new players. Thanks for Blood as well for resubscribing there in in his own general's lounge as such.
Yeah, I just realized my Twitch Prime came up. So.
Sorry,
So
back to what you were saying. Sorry.
And in B group, I think Kissinger, Elysium, Vasily, and Time to Collision are all pretty good players. Like they're all new. Time to Collision actually plays a lot of team games.
Yes.
Don't know how much experience he has for 1v1s, but I think if he practices a bit, he will be pretty solid. And Kissinger is for sure pretty okay. I played just against him today. I think I would have beaten him later on, but yeah, he gave me a run for my money. And Duzium, he played in the 3v3 tournament for the French team. And I saw him practicing quite a bit with Lossa, I think. And yeah, that's also really good.
I think
like as soon as you start playing against top players, even just for practice, it's already you already start to see improvement. It's probably like the best way a new player can actually improve at the game.
I mean, the main way I improved in the game is just asking all the top players pretty much every day, hey, why do I suck with this div? How are you supposed to play
Yeah.
it? What units should I be taking? What units are useless? Play against them and just and look at their footage and just straight up steal whatever they're doing.
Yeah, I think I try to do that, but then just fail. I think my pick for Group B is like massively is actually Duism. He actually played me the other day, although I don't think I was playing a fantastic deck at the time, but he destroyed me. So
is he from the French Discord?
Yeah, he's definitely good. It's just like a lot of French players, we don't have a very we don't have a lot of awareness for.
I think actually when I saw this group, I thought at the time that Duism shouldn't be in Division 4. I think he's a Division 3 player, so I'll be looking for him to be at the top of that group. But who knows? Like we say, we haven't seen him in competitive games. Time to Collision as well. I've seen him play a lot of team games, and I think he could do well. But again, we haven't seen him in sort of 1v1. Ludo Jad last season, I think, actually did very well in Group 4. I think was it Ludo Jad? Maybe I'm making a mistake there. Can't quite remember.
He did pretty well.
Yeah, he did okay in Division 4 last year. And Vasily Chapiev, who is in chat, I've seen him in a couple of divisions as well, so I'll be looking for him to do quite well. I think he can definitely challenge for the top 3. I think Group B of this division
and I think
is the stronger one.
I think Division 4 got much better compared to last season. The skill level there got much better compared to
I think
1.
Last season as well, we had quite a lot drop out of Group the Division 4. But I'm kind of hoping this season, from the names that I'm looking at, actually like GG Kringle, Stockton, Time to Collision, all the ones that I've just mentioned in Group G, they're all kind of like, I've played a fair few tournaments, so I'm not expecting too many dropouts actually, which is good. Yeah. Which is definitely good. So yeah, my 2 picks here, I think in Group A, it's a tough one to call, but I'd like to see GG Kringle up there, and obviously I fully support David G as well. I hope he does well. I think in Group B,
bias, by the way.
Yeah, I think in Group B, I think Duism definitely is my pick, and then after that, it could be any, probably Vasily, a Time to Collision, and Ludo Jab, but I don't really know the others.
Kissinger is pretty active on my Twitch, and he's, like as I said, I played him today, and he really improved a lot over the last couple of weeks, I think. He just started playing 1v1s like 2 weeks ago, and he already got pretty solid. So I think he should give the other guys in that group also a run for their money, and might take spot 2 or 3. I think spot 1 goes to Time to Collision or Dusium.
Right, I just want to switch back to Group 1 just to continue a little bit more discussion. I just want to get your guys' picks for who is going to be the top 3 of each of these groups. So Frublord, who's your top 3 in Group A and Group B?
Okay, Group
Bear
A.
in mind you're in Group A, so you can pick yourself.
Yeah, but that'd be I'm not that confident. Let's see. My picks would definitely be Sean as number 1 for Group A, without a doubt. Although Pixie has beaten him the last 2 times, so who knows? Yeah, yeah, my money's still on Sean actually. Second place, I'd give it to Pixie.
And in
And
Group B?
for Group B,
He's got to decide.
For Group B, first place, I'd give it to John, and then second place, Gonzo.
Wow. Okay, John over
There you go.
Gonzo. Medal phase. Who are your picks? Group A and Group B.
So are we doing top 2 or top 3?
We can do top. We'll do top 2 since Froblo did top 2. We'll do top 2.
I thought top
No,
2
we-
were the only ones that come out of the group, so.
It's the top 3 that come out of the group.
Oh shit! Whoops.
And it's you on 3, right? You just
Yeah, add me.
Yeah.
Add me to top three, to the bottom one. Add Herr Robert to top 3.
There we
I
go.
think, yeah, definitely. Well, actually, it's interesting. So, like, Sean and Pixie have drawn each other the last time they were in league. So, whether or not Sean gets first place or Pixie gets first place depends on how they do with the other people in the same group. So, it could actually be a bit more of a toss up, depending on how dominant Sean is and how Pixie is. So, but I would still give the edge to Sean. So Sean, Pixie, and then Frublord as the third place finish.
Yeah. And Group B?
And for Group B, this one's really tough to decide. Like, this is probably the hardest to judge. I think Gonzo could definitely be the first place. Nilla is definitely the dark horse, first place / second place. And then yours, Pastor John, could be the third place. And depending on how Herr Robert does, he could also be in a toss-up for the third place finish.
So yeah.
And
for
Pro
me,
Soccer?
I'm with Theoman there. That Zizi is the dark horse in Group A. But I think it will be Sean first. No, I think actually it will be Pixie first place at the moment.
Oof.
Because Pixie practices more at the moment than Sean. And then Frublord or Zizi. How do you feel, Frublord?
Zizi, I beat him pretty decisively last time, but I think he can bring it back.
Yeah, I let's put Frublord in there. But yeah,
And,
I think Zizi has a shot.
and Group B?
I hope for Nila to get first place. I hope for him getting back into form. So let's put Nila on 1. And then Gonzo. And then I hope Helbreck does better than he thinks he does. And Helbreck on 3.
Interesting. I think my picks, Group A, I think I'm going to go with... Sean over soloing Pixie. And I think although they might draw against each other, I feel like Sean is probably more likely to win the rest of his games, whereas Pixie may well, I don't know, someone might pick up a result against soloing Pixie. So I think it'll be Sean soloing Pixie, and then I think Frublord, I think you will pick up third spot into those playoffs. So all the confidence in you there. And I genuinely think that as well. I'm not just saying that because you're in the chat. And then Group B, I think is actually I think this is the hardest group of all. I think it's really tough to call. I think my head goes with Gonzo in position 1, and then I think maybe US Presta John in position 2, and then I think Holbreg might sneak position 3, but it could be anyone in position 3. So yeah, I think that is really close to call. But I did want to get those predictions because I kind of think at the end maybe we might come back and see how those predictions have done. So that's why I wanted to go through these predictions. So that's all the groups discussed. We're up to 60 viewers. Thanks everyone for joining us. That's like my highest viewer count ever. So Thanks very much. I hope
Hooray.
yeah. I hope you enjoyed the General's Lounge. We're going to cover, maybe we're going to talk about the divisions very briefly, about who we think or who we're looking forward to seeing division wise, who we think are picked and banned, and then we're going to end the stream. But I really hope you've enjoyed the General's Lounge. Drop into my Discord and tell me any suggestions for changes, all that kind of thing. But yeah, let's just discuss the divisions quite quickly and talk about picks and bans and who we think is or who we're going to enjoy seeing. So you guys do the rest. You fill in the rest.
So I think the first division I would like to hear from all of you is what is the division you think is super underrated at the moment and might shine in League? Like that we might see that is
Number one most underrated one, Korok.
Correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
That one is, well, I don't know. It's up there though in terms of underrated.
I think
AngryBird, actually pull up the tier list that we had.
Yes.
That you made for your video.
All right.
I think it's
rather useful.
Just bear
for
with
me
me
it's-
while I do that. But
Yeah,
so you
we'll just
carry
keep
on.
talking.
For me, I think it's 25th Pentagram year. That's really little played, but actually
That's a good one, yeah.
has a lot of potential.
Yeah, I don't know. 25th Panzergren I never considered underrated because I always thought they were a strong from the get-go. They have, like, it's in the name, they have one of the best standard line infantry in the game. They have a lot of good infantry support tools. They have a damn good AT tab, and they have a pretty decent air tab as well. So
Yeah, but nobody
it's
plays
hard
them.
to do anything wrong with that division.
Yeah, but nobody plays them.
Yeah, why?
Like-
Why? I don't understand why. More people should be playing it. I
Yeah,
think it's
that's right.
because it doesn't have any tigers. What am I gonna do? It's like
Yeah, it doesn't have anything fancy, but it
tigers
has
are
everything
expensive, slow, and they always disappoint you.
you need. Like also in the they have no slot. They have really something really fancy, but they have everything you need in every slot.
Yeah, they have everything you need.
Except maybe AA.
Okay, so
They have an
thanks
alright
Sandor
eight
for the
tab.
resub there, and I've got the tier list up now. So
Yeah,
you were talking about Kuruk. I missed who the other division you were talking about just then.
25th Panzergren.
25th
They're an A
Panzergren.
though.
Yeah. So we saw
Yep,
we
but
saw an
from a-
absolute ton from them in season 1 because they were just released when season 1 came through, and I think people were still finding out the value. And here we see them in tier A. So actually, they were like the best of the unbanned divisions.
Another division that might be underrated. I think I dropped there.
Go for it. No, you're still with us,
You're
Protosoccer.
fine.
Oh no, he has dropped. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, I'm back.
You're back.
Lovash might be underrated as well.
Lovash.
Lovas, considering these guys are one of my favorites. It's just a division that has no tanks but has a shit ton of really, really, really good infantry, the best infantry in the game. Like, get those MP44s out of here. These guys are so much better in every aspect, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the 40 M80 guns of them are also really good.
I can't see many people picking Lovash, but Thiemann mentions First Polish, and these are our division close to my heart. I love the First Polish.
Why do you guys underrate First Polish? They're so good.
Well, yeah.
I thought I'd proven that during the championship.
They're top of B tier, but I definitely think we're going to see a lot of First Polish. Definitely.
I don't think we underrate. Like the question wasn't who we underrate, but who got little play in like tournaments and stuff. And yeah, First Polish also is up in my list there.
Yeah, sorry, I think you did originally say who we possibly who we think are underrated. I think based on this list, I think Halbreg, I don't know whether he's in chat or not, but he would definitely say Group Tarina are underrated in the C tier. He loves them.
He swears by Group Turin. He really likes that group. But yeah, I can see Turin. Turin's good. Another one would be AK, Armia Krajova.
Yes.
They're similar to Lovash. They suck in a lot of fronts, but my god, their infantry tab is just it just knows no bounds. The Molotovs are too good. They are too good at the moment.
Yes,
It's like having a deck full of Saperi, essentially.
I think they are very map dependent. But thanks very much to Nilla for the follow. Looking forward to seeing you in the league. I don't know whether you caught us earlier talking about you, but look back at the VOD afterwards. I think I'd be interested to see who you guys think are going to be banned really often. I think it's fair to say most of that S tier are going to get banned all the time. So I'd be interested to see your thoughts on maybe A tier. Who you think's
honestly
going to get banned?
When it comes to the S tier divisions, you'd be a fool to not be banning for GTC and 78 Sturm. If you let any of these two divisions through, you are essentially killing yourself.
Except your enemy does the same and you play a game between those two divisions. Then it might be fun.
Even then, it's I would not take the risk at all. Like, why would I ever take the risk of facing 78 Stern or Fur GTC?
Yeah, no.
Actually, it's actually pretty funny because like in the tournament that I got third place in, Sean deliberately made it so that I had the ability to choose Sturm on Cell, the map Cell, and I thought it was like I didn't want to pick it because I thought it was just a bit of a cheat. Like it's too much of a cheat code to use that division. So I ended up picking the 28th Jaegers, and inevitably I lost.
I think that was intended as a handicap.
78. So there was a question from Vasily Chapchev why 78 is so scary, and this was specifically for Axis vs Axis. For Axis vs Axis, it's because their Nashorns can deal with anything that's
even Axis versus allies, their Nashorns can deal with IS2s as well.
Yeah, exactly. And also their infantry is like all of their tabs are great. Maybe except air tab, but even that is good. And like their AT tab is really great. Their infantry tab is one of the best in the game, if not the best. And their anti-air tab is also totally fine. And their artillery tab is
you've
really
got
good.
Stugs for days, and Stugs are decent units. They're great. They're great at holding the front line.
Actually, I wasn't able to mention my like underrated.
Go for it.
But like since we're on the same topic, I do think 28th Jaegers definitely could be an underrated Axis division.
Wow.
Because it's actually
wow.
I think you can kind of I think you can get around using Jaegers. At the very least, you have very good elite infantry in terms of the Jaeger Pioneers.
But
and you have a lot more Stug spammability than Sturm. But there's definitely they definitely have their weak spots, but I don't think they're that bad.
Okay.
I knew you'd trigger Tiger there.
I'm just gonna straight up tell you you're wrong. They are rated exactly where they are supposed to be. I have like when the tier list video came out, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try some of these C tier divisions and really see if they deserve that spot. 20th Jaeger, I can tell you, they genuinely deserve that spot. They are such hot garbage. Making
Chat
them
is
work,
exploding.
They are not fun to play at all. They are an absolute mess of frustration and horrific mess. Simply like the only units worth a damn in their infantry tab are Sturmjäger. Everything else is useless. It's like, oh, nice, they have a 10-man squad with MP40s and a machine gun. It's like, well, half the time that machine gun reveals them outside of their optimal combat range, and even within optimal combat range, they suck. The MP40s are the second worst SMG in the game, just above the Sten gun. Their DPS is absolutely horrific. They are terrible. And then on top of that, your only options to deal with any sort of heavy armor are your HS129s. And it's a case of the HS129s. They are great, but relying solely on them is such an incredible risk. They are super expensive, and you sort of need them from minute one, which means you're investing 140 points into the aircraft itself, although that's the B3 version. The B2 version costs 120, if I remember correctly. Then you need a recon aircraft to spot anything before it shows up on your front line, which means you're down 200. You're down circa 200 points immediately into those aircraft. The rest you're spending on trying to somehow hold the leaks on your front line because there's no other way to play them.
Well, I just moving away from Jaeger a little bit because clearly emotions are high when it comes to
terrible.
Jaeger. I think
anybody who says otherwise is a fool.
I think I'd like to mention Ski Jaeger, and I put the word ski in front because Sean actually has been playing them on Balanced a little bit, and I think we could see them played in the league, and I'm looking forward to some matches with them.
They're good in the right matchup. You should never pick them first.
Yeah.
And you should always have a good map for them. But if you counter pick and you have a good map, I think they are really playable against some divisions.
I'm genuinely holding, like me as a player in the first division, I'm definitely holding Jaeger as one of my counter pick options. Like they're good. They've got good infantry. Support tabs a bit, but they do have the KV2s at least.
And they also have the sharpshoots, which is actually very underrated recon squad.
Yeah, lately I'm taking snipers in pretty much all my decks when I have the option.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap for what I do usually.
Yeah, they're cheap and they will hold infantry pushes no problem.
So the original question was, what do we think would be banned, right?
Sorry, yeah. So who are the kind of the biggest bans, the obvious bans?
Well,
so aside from the S tier, I do think I've seen a lot of 25th, 5th Viking, and the second Ordusian Bleeding Day being banned a lot.
Okay, Blonde, it surprises me a little why people would ban that.
Say that again, sorry, I just missed you then.
He mentioned 25th Pigren, he mentioned what was it, 5th Viking, and he mentioned Deuxième Blonde, the French armor.
Ah, yeah, okay.
I can see Viking's assault division. 25th Panzergren, yeah, they're assault division. Deuxième Blonde, they're strong, but they're map dependent.
I think they're maybe. I think maybe last season I would have expected a lot of bans on them, but I think
saw a lot more Canadian bans last season than I did French bans.
Well,
Canadians are interesting because it's like they have the unique ability to really storm, like the naval battery is pretty much a free advance onto the enemy.
Yeah, I think they're a bit more map dependent.
Yeah, I'm also really looking forward to where the 3 new divisions for each faction will hit with the Finland DLC, because that will most likely drop within the season.
I think Proto, you have some insider or more insider info than we have anyway. So
yes, team member, please leak to us everything you know.
No, I will not. I will just say I think that those are pretty interesting divisions, and we will. Also, I wanted to hear your idea about adding a 4th ban when those 3 hit.
Might be necessary. Then we'd be approaching. How many divisions would that be then?
That would
quite
be
a few. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, as we try and do maths on live on stream, get my fingers out.
And I've lost count. God damn it.
There's I think when the Finnish players drop, go on.
That's 20 divisions for each faction.
Yeah. I think when the extra ones drop, I think a 4th ban would probably be
4th ban would be ideal.
Yeah, would be fairer.
That's what I thought as well. Also, we will have to see how the maps work out, and if we need more map bans as well.
It's interesting. No one's mentioned Falschenpanzer, Hermann Göring, or 14th Infantry yet. They sit right at the top of tier A. And,
14th infantry is regularly banned. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not seen anybody ban Fallschirmpanzer yet. So far.
I
But
actually think Hardronic is better than 14, so I would not ban that. But I'm
Hotneck
not
is
playing,
better
so.
than 14th. Yes.
Yes, yeah, that's interesting as well. I would always have. In fact, I'm not playing now, but I would always have banned Hartnett. They are one of my favorite divisions.
Right. Yeah.
Also,
the problem with the Fallschirmpanzer is that too much of their infantry have really low ammo count, and it actually really does hurt when you regularly see MG42s with just no ammo and MP44s without any ammo.
Yeah,
And there goes most of your killing power.
I think.
But when
Go on.
the ammo doesn't matter. At least meant they spent it killing something.
I think my experience with Hermann Goering, I haven't got on with it playing it myself, and I think
they're weird. They're genuinely unique in their gameplay among the German divisions, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to play them in a fairly. It feels like you have to play them in a fairly conservative, like you have to kind of trade very well with them, kind of play style. And I think they suit Sean quite well personally, from what I've seen of the games that he's played them. Gonzo saying you never see Hartnett right now. I think that's because they are always banned, that you never see them.
I have not played them since maybe the first 2 months of the game.
Yeah, like Orsha Cup. Even in Orsha Cup they were getting banned, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the typical bans you always get are 3rd OP, 78th Sturm, Harteneck, 14th, 26th,
and pretty much every IS2 division.
84th, 29th. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's your top 3 divisions for both factions, and yeah, you'd never see them ever because, well, one, I can understand in terms of the Allies, you get more variance on the Allied side than you get on the German side. I feel because on the Allied side, some people are confident enough to deal with IS2s, while when it comes to the Germans, it's like those 3 divisions are just such powerhouses. Dealing with them is always a big risk, I feel.
I think before we actually came on here, we were also discussing US Prester John and the 78th Sturm. I can't remember who it was. Was it you, Metal Phase, that was talking about
that? Yeah, it was. That he was starting or experimenting with 78th Sturm on Juggernaut. And the funny thing is that enough players in the top group are so interested in knowing how else to play the game that they would probably give him the chance to pick 78th Sturm just to see how he could pull it off with Juggernaut.
Not me. I'm not letting him play that division at all, no matter what income curve.
I think he's in Gonzo's group. So Gonzo, will you let US Prester John play 78th Sturm Juggernaut against you? Yeah, hopefully he'll answer in the chat. But while we wait, Theoman222, he says that he thinks 3rd Mech might see some play as a counter pick. What's your thoughts on that?
That was the second division that I would have said was underrated. I think it doesn't get enough recognition as a very decent Soviet division.
It's a decent division, yeah.
You actually have Shermans and you have pretty decent AT. I mean, you do have the Su-85s, which are kind of meh, but at the very least, you have killing power in general, as opposed to the other Sherman division in the form of
you have Zis-2s in the division, so that's
right.
And you at least get 2 cards of them, unlike, for example, 9th Cavalry that only gets 1 card of Zis-2s.
And we don't talk about the 3rd Guards Tankovy because that doesn't count.
So Gonzo did say there that he can try the 78th Juggernaut, so I look forward to hopefully seeing
he
that.
Can try 28th Juggernaut.
Well,
I think that would be really...
I thought that was a typo.
I think it would be really...
I'm pretty sure that's not a typo.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not a typo.
Here's anybody with the right state of mind is not going to let a top player pick 78th. That's not out of the question. We are still here to win.
No, it isn't a typo.
We're not going to give away. We're not going to take a risk.
Okay, maybe any of the players, all of the players that haven't contributed to the prize pool, would probably be interested. Maybe.
I have not contributed. I'm still not willing to let him play that.
And Proto, if players, if they want to contribute to the prize pool, how could they do that?
So the contribution would go via Matcherino, most likely. Like, that's the easiest way. And yeah, like all the revenue we will do over the next 2 months via Twitch will also go in there. But yeah, Matcherino is the direct way.
Okay,
The
so
link is in the chat right now.
I think I've banned the link. Do you want
I
to
will...
just send it to me via Discord, and then I will put that in the chat for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys out there, if you want to see the top players in action, you want to contribute to the prize pool, then the link is now in the chat for you.
So to talk about,
go on.
To talk about this a bit more, we already hit the first 2 stretch goals out of 3 with $100 and $150 respectively. The $100 prize pool was that the split is now between the top 6 contenders. The normal prize pool split between the top 6 players, so all the players advancing in Division 1. And the 150 prize pool was that every player playing in the league who finishes all their games, like who doesn't drop a game, has a chance of winning $20 via a lottery. So one player can win $20, and no matter if you're Division 1 or Division 4, as long as you play all your games. That's like a bit of a motivation for everyone to play all their games and not drop out. Keep up their chance to win the $20.
So are you at that stretch goal yet, or you still need to make that?
No, that we already made. And
you already made that, right?
The next stretch goal is $200 to add a prize pool for the winner of Division 2 as well.
Oh, excellent. Right. Okay, so yeah, you guys click that link and support all the players if you want to do that. Does anyone else have anything burning they want to discuss?
Oh, we were going to mention the Steel Division 44.
We were. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Proto, just quickly update us on the Steel Division Normandy 44 League as well.
So that one is ongoing soon as well. We'll also start this weekend, and yeah, it has even more stacked groups than. I don't know if the groups are finished yet because that's Scout Spirit's thing. But if the groups are finished, then Group B of that is really terrifying.
Oh.
With Lachati, Robert, and Galoniel in there.
Wow.
And yeah, so I think my chances of getting out of Group A are pretty good, with Evelyn and Cap Govern there as solid opponents there. But I think I can beat both of them. But Evelyn, like against Sombra, it will be hard. Evelyn, aka Sombra.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good player.
He won the recent Christmas Cup, didn't he? So I look forward to seeing him.
I'm also looking forward to seeing Gran Colombia or Covinci or some I forget his name. But he's been signing up for a lot of Steel Division 2 tournaments and never showing up. So at the very least, we get to see him play a game.
So yeah, I think I would like to cover some Normandy 44 content. Hopefully you guys watching, you guys want to see some 44 content. But I don't know, Proto Soccer, will you be streaming any of the 44?
I will for sure stream my own games that I play. And then I will also most likely cover like some games. The focus is on Steel Division 2, but for the finals and stuff, I will for sure cover.
Yeah. So that's as I was saying earlier, that's Proto Soccer's Twitch channel, just posted in there, and just going to post up Metal Phaser's YouTube channel as well. So you guys, if you're not subscribed or following these two guys, make sure you do. I hope to see Frublord, maybe anything in the works with you. You were streaming some games on my Discord. Is there any plans for anything? I'm putting you on the spot.
I am not gonna do anything concerning streaming consistently. It's just gonna be whenever I feel like it. I got a lot of uni work lately. Most of this stuff is whenever I have free time, I might do it, but no promises.
I've got to admit, when I started streaming, I immediately, the amount of games that I was playing took an absolute nosedive. So yeah, it is quite time consuming Or I suppose I was making YouTube videos at that point, not just
like
streaming.
the full extent of what I'm gonna do, if I ever do anything sort of streaming, is gonna be stream a bunch of games in the Discord.
Yeah.
Right.
And you've done that. I've seen you do that and try and help out new guys as well. So if you want to see any of Frublord's games, he does occasionally stream it on my Discord. The link's just down below, so you can watch Frublord play. And he's really good at helping or trying to bring on newer players.
I try to. At least I try to get people to think for themselves, because it's like, hey, Frublord, can you give me a deck for this division? And it's like, no, you build your own first, and then you show it to me, and then I'll fix it for you.
And
I'll tell you why everything you've done is not great.
Metal Phase, are you coming back and doing some casting?
Maybe not. I do like the direction of just going purely for tutorial and kind of grand strategy style videos instead of casting, because I think there's enough people doing a better job of casting than what I do. So I think I'll just stick with the tutorial kind of videos.
But you could do analyzing of good replays.
Yeah, that too. Maybe.
So maybe we should collect good, like if you give us the goal of a good, like a topic you want a good video from, then people can give it to you. Like give us a heads up about what you want to talk about, and then maybe someone will give you a good like tank push or how to.
I've been wanting for a while. I've been wanting to make a video about flames versus TNT versus like submachine gun, and like the kind of the balance between all of those three. But it's hard to kind of, first of all, find the time to do all of the experiments and find a partner to do them with. So
yeah, I know some of Russian channels have so far done stuff like that, and honestly, like looking at it visually, you can sort of tell that normally the unit that is not moving is the one that wins.
Yeah.
And Proto Soccer, were you still looking for people to cast games?
Yep, everyone, because we are at the moment we are only you, me, and then Khan and Rangru who are casting tournaments, and we have 48 games each week. So that's a lot of games to cover. So if any one of you in the community thinks, hey, it could be fun to just cast a couple of tournaments and games, you're
Isn't it 24
super welcome.
games?
No, it's 24 matches, 48 games, because every
match
is 2 games. So Vulcan will not cover the league. It's for sure not the group phase, guys. So yeah, that's why we need more casters. If you want to cast games, you're super welcome to contact me.
If that's the case, then if we're short on casters, then I'll definitely.
I think there's always like when I pick games to cover and things like that, there's always just so many games that I want to see covered or that I want to cover, and I just can't cover them all. So I think the more casters we have, just the more games we get to see, and I love watching the games. I came back to Steel Division from watching Steel Division League in Normandy. That's how I came back to the game. So I originally left when it first released, and that's how I came back. And I absolutely love watching casts of the game, and that's why I started casting. So if, like Pro Soccer says, if anyone out there does want to, try their hands, then get in touch with him, or get in touch with me as well, and we'll see what we can do. Wonder you asked about Bolt Source. Have you heard anything from him, Pro Soccer?
No, but I think we contacted him back in Normandy, and he said he doesn't want to do casting of.
Yeah. I knew he did a lot of multiplayer games, but I don't think I've ever seen him do a cast.
Yeah.
Tiger, are you? Go on then. You're putting your hat in. Are you gonna do a cast, Tiger?
If you want to cast, you're super welcome, Tiger.
Yeah, you've got your Twitch. You've got your Twitch channel now. So
hey, more German boys. Yeah.
Go for it. Definitely. I'm just anxious to. I'm waiting on Tentalks to see what Tiger says.
Yeah. And
definitely, we need more people to cast the bottom two leagues, because the top two will get the most attention. But
yes,
we need some people to review and maybe even analyze and perhaps even help the players in the bottom 2 league.
Oh, here we go. So Tiger says he'll consider it, but Nilla says he can always do a task. So definitely, yes, Nilla. Get in touch with Proto Soccer after the end.
Yep, we'll set you up. I think you're already a content creator, aren't you, in the Discord? I'm not sure, but otherwise I will set you up and give you access to all the channels you need to have access to and stuff.
So Tiger's mentioning super secret info there that actually when I returned to Normandy 44, I was actually going to leave the game again, but Tiger kept me playing, which is why he's currently one of mods on my Discord, because actually I probably wouldn't be streaming and wouldn't be continuing to play the game if it wasn't for Tiger catching me. My AngryBird name kind of lived up to its name back then. And
the true hero of the Discord. It's not me. All I did was win a tournament.
He's the big bird. He's the big bird. Right. Does anyone have anything else they want to add?
No, that's good.
No, I think
that's really.
I think we've gone through anything and everything that's of interest right now.
We've been up for about an hour and 20. Sorry for blood.
Maybe another one of these once the new DLC releases.
Yeah,
discuss the new divisions, because that's definitely gonna bring a new spin into the league. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, guys in chat, if you've got time now, quickly post it. Let me know if you want to see more of these. But one of my ideas is to I would like to do this maybe even weekly over the next few weeks, if you guys are free or if others are free, and really look at results as they come in over the. I mean, a lot of people tend to play their games over the weekend, so that's why I'm thinking weekly to look at results and talk about things. So I don't know, are you guys up for that? Are you Proto Soccer for World Medal Phase? Are you up for it?
I would be around whenever I'm around. I for sure would be in. I have some plans for going on vacation in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, plans for vacation, dear.
Yeah,
getting in the
go
way.
In 1 week, but yeah.
I mean, I should be available even if I start going to work again.
Excellent. Well, it looks like there's some people on chat that have enjoyed this, and we got our highest viewers ever on my channel anyway. So it's been great. Metal Phase, sorry, were you gonna?
No, I just want to point out that Taiga is apparently triggered by dimension of planes.
Yeah, I think it was he got triggered when you mentioned Jaeger. So
I think the HS129 are probably very triggering for him.
I think it was before that.
I think it was more down to the fact that I destroyed his 28th Jaeger during the last SD League.
Oh dear. Let's.
Yeah.
Oh, he says yes.
Yeah, I knew it. That was a bit too much of a rump. I think he was down to 1 flag by the end of it.
Tiger wishes the old times back where third FJ could bully everyone with just fighter planes.
Bring back Corbo, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Definitely when the new DLC comes in, we could definitely talk about
the divisions. Well, I look forward to that.
Especially the Soviet division that's apparently supposed to have Churchills and IS-2s and like barely any infantry.
I cannot wait for the DLC already. Right, go on.
I'm personally very excited for my Mountain Corps.
Yes.
Mountain Corps and
the
Finnish Panzer Divisiona.
Oh, Pansari Divisionora, as I will pronounce it completely wrong.
I can only say I'm looking forward to how all 6 divisions will be played. Cannot give you any more details here. Anything else, I guess, would be spoilers. I think all of them look nice.
Yeah, just to talk about what Taiga just said. Yeah, I really want the third FSJ back as well. I think they're a lot more interesting than what we got. I don't understand why they added 2 Panzer divisions from Back to War. Like, they gave us a standard infantry division, they gave us a tank Panzer division, and then they gave us another Panzer division.
Yeah.
Right? Well, why not just, make it an elite infantry division or some kind of other type of weird division?
But
at least
bring
bring back the FG42s as well.
Yeah,
we have
and
52nd.
then even for the allies, it's like yes, we picked third U.S. and French second. It's like why they're almost the same.
But we got 352nd. That's all we need. Who needs more than
352nd
Pegasus?
is good. Like I like them. The 352nd was a good choice. What I'm not liking is that we have 21st is a good choice, but why then add Panzer on top of
Yeah.
that?
And the 116th.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
116th.
and 116 is we got 3 Panzer divisions actually. And then for the Allied side, we essentially got 2 divisions almost. Only one of them is shittier. We got the French and the Americans, whereby the French are just better Americans,
And then
we
the Canadians and Scots.
We got the Brits and we got the we got the Scots and we got the Canadians, and the Canadians are just better Scots.
I think we could be debating this for hours.
We could have gotten
It's another
Guards
show.
armored
This is
with Cromwell's. That'd been interesting. We could have gotten
Desert Rats.
The second Indian head, Desert Rats.
Yeah. There is
the 101st Airborne as well.
Oh yes, I was about to say that.
Airborne division, yeah. It's like anything else would have been more interesting.
Well, what I'm going to do right now, as I think we've lost Protosoccer, we are going to wind this up, but I'm just going to plug Steel Division Normandy 44 League again, because you can see all of those divisions again in Steel Division Normandy 44 League. So look out for that coverage.
Yeah, you can put it up. I've also put you the link up there. You can also choose the groups.
Yes. Oh, is this Normandy 44 groups?
Yeah.
What's this?
I think I'm going to return to 44 at some
Hang
point.
on, let's see whether we can get this up.
I think I put it in there. Yeah,
yes.
last one.
Just bear with me while I tinker behind the scenes.
Okay. Yeah.
Here we go. So, oh wow, here we go. So we've got Steel Division Normandy 44 League groups for you all. Group A, Cap Cavern, Grand Columbia, Evelyn, Metallic, and Protosoccer. I'm not quite familiar with Metallic in Normandy 44.
He was pretty good.
Yeah.
He was a good player back then.
Yeah, I think it's quite surprising. I mean, you mentioned Group B just down here. Hey, Robert, Phoenix. Wow. Hey, Robert, Phoenix, Stanikovsky, Wolhati, and Galonia. Wolhati and Hey, Robert in Group B and not in Group A. That's kind of quite surprising.
No, I mean, they're all the same. Like, there's no A and B are the same skill level. They're going into the same, and just C is the noob-friendly group.
And then C, yes. Group C we have here Scout Spirit, Bizozero, Charlemagne. Oh, I'm so glad to see him. I will cover at least one of his games. I can't even pronounce that name. And then War Daddy right at the bottom. I recognise Bizozero and Charlemagne. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing his game. I obviously recognise Scout Spirit as well. So yeah, it's good to see. So it's really good to see so many players in Steel Division Normandy 44 League.
In fact, I think the tournament itself has almost kind of revived the multiplayer scene for SD44. If you just go by the activity that's going on in the Discord for Steel Division Normandy.
Yeah, and it's really. I really want to thank Scout Spirit for taking control of it and organizing all of it, because that's his part. He will cover most of it. Like, I will help out. We all help out each other in the SD League, but he is the main organizer for it. So, yeah. If you have any big questions about it, go to him. I think he also still takes sign-up. Not 100% sure. But, yeah.
Okay, so if you're interested in Normandy 44 League, contact Scout Spirit in the Steel Division League Discord, and I'm definitely looking forward to a lot of coverage from that. And thanks to you, thanks to all three of you for joining me today. Much appreciated. We will definitely be doing more of this. And also thanks to you, Protosoccer, as well, for organising Steel Division League, and Curbs in the background as well. I know he's stepped back a bit this season, but You know, I think he did quite a bit of work in season 1 as well. So that was
the other guys kept it alive while I was on hiatus. So yeah, they for sure did a lot of work as well.
Great.
Really happy to return to a lively community and bring it back and put it even further, hopefully, in the future.
Right, we're going to leave the stream there, guys. Thanks to everyone who's joined me today and joined us today. Hopefully, we're going to put more of these the Generals Lounge. We're going to put more of them together, and we're going to do them a bit more frequently. Thanks, Proto Soccer. Thanks, Froblov. Thanks, Metalface, for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
That's no problem. I've really enjoyed discussing everything, and I think the chat have as well. And I hope to do many more of these sessions. And definitely.
We should rate Vulcan now and give him the biggest rate I think he ever had.
Oh my god, yeah.
What? Sorry, say that again.
Vulcan just started streaming, so we should give him the biggest rate he ever got.
We should raid Vulcan. I will do that. Is he streaming Steel Division 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on 87 viewers as well, so we should pump him up.
Yeah.
Right, join us all, guys. We'll go and raid Vulcan stream. Like I said, thanks very much for watching us, and we'll be back again soon.